You are listening to the CAD Call podcast. This is the place where computer-aided design and drafting meets humor and practicality, with a touch of business acumen thrown in for fun. Jim and Rocco, the owners of Zentech Consultants, the premier U.S. technology consulting firm for architecture, engineering, construction, and manufacturing, discuss the fascinating world of CAD with some humor and some honesty. The CAD Call podcast. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the CAD Call podcast with Jim and Rocco from Zentech Consultants. I am Jim, your fun host, and with me, as always, is my partner.
Am I the not fun one?
That is exactly what I'm saying. You are. What's your name
Is that
again?
what you wanted me to say?
Yes, you're the not fun host. Zero fun. That's who you are. And you know, Rocco, you're zero fun, and that's why I make everybody go through the engineering joke of the week. Okay, you ready for this one?
I'm ready.
Okay. Why do chemical engineers never date structural engineers?
Why?
There's just no chemistry between them. Huh?
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah, that's terrible.
Horrible.
That's an awful joke. And the worse they are, the more I enjoy them. It's the dad in me. All right, folks, we have a guest on the show today. We have Craig Swearingen, who is the implementation specialist and a consultant from BricsCAD, is here once again. Craig, thank you, sir, for being back on the show with us.
Happy to be here. And as a dad, that's still even a really bad dad joke.
but that's the purpose of dad jokes. The worse they are,
True.
the more other people groan, the happier we become.
True, that was brutal though, man.
I don't disagree. It was a bad joke. All right, folks. So Craig is here today to talk to us about a really important part of the Bricsys suite of tools called BricsCAD Lite. But before we get into that, I want to give Craig a chance to kind of introduce himself to everybody listening in today. So, Craig, why don't you tell folks a little bit about your background and what you do over at Bricsys on a daily basis?
Awesome. Well, again, Rocco and Jim, thanks for having me on again. I greatly appreciate it. A little bit about me. I joined Bricsys 4 years ago, coming from a CAD manager position within the civil industry. So just like that position, I do a little bit of everything, which means I'm meeting with prospects, assisting with migration and implementation for those companies. That includes configuring and customization BricsCAD tools, troubleshooting, formulating implementation plans to switch those customers to BricsCAD, assisting with planning and delivery of customer training, interacting with support staff to resolve customer issues, providing on-site support, as well as an author and BricsCAD content manager for Augie World magazine. So a little of this and a little of that.
So you don't do much.
Nope. Just twiddle my thumbs all day.
Hey, I'm saying, that's a nice list. Man, if I had a list like that, Rocker would get off my back.
And I add to it about every month.
There you go. Hey, keeps him signing the paycheck, so that's always good. All right, folks. So Craig is really here to kind of fill us in on a really nice package in the Bricsys stable, and it's called BricsCAD Lite. And he's going to give us, an idea of all of the cool things that it can do for us in our daily workflows. And I will say that I am a big fan of BricsCAD Lite because I think it offers really an incredible amount of functionality in what is a surprisingly familiar interface for a price point that is so low, right? You can actually turn around and use it to give CAD capability to just about everybody in your office without breaking the bank. So, all right. So Craig, let's start with the details about BricsCAD Lite, right? What exactly is it, and who is the target audience that it's designed for?
Well, the users are primarily 2D drafters, designers, and just professionals who need efficient and cost-effective CAD software using DWG. In addition, most likely they're coming from another more well-known and more expensive CAD software. I think we know who that is. So whether that is for simple 2D detailing or actual design work, when it comes to BricsCAD Lite, not only does it operate as a true DWG platform, it's highly compatible with a more costly CAD software, ensuring, though, seamless collaboration with the users of that other CAD software. So BricsCAD completely supports the vast majority of detailing tools and the entities that are supported by AutoCAD. And of course,
That's okay. We can browbeat them. We do it all the time. That's fine.
Yeah, it's of course the industry standard DWG file format.
Nice. Okay. So look, like Craig was alluding to, right? There are other, lightweight CAD systems out there on the market. But the truth of the matter is, right, that most of those are kind of severely restricted in terms of their functionality, right? When you compare it with the more full-blown, well, I guess we'll say CAD systems. But BricsCAD Lite isn't like that, though. It actually provides, full design capabilities at that lightweight price. And it comes with an interface that almost anybody can just sit down in front of and be immediately productive in. So Craig, what are the biggest tools in BricsCAD Lite that might surprise people in that it's a quote unquote light software, right? And what are the big benefits to its user interface?
Well, one of the benefits is that BricsCAD delivers the vast majority of AutoCAD's functionality. So, with the additional unique and smart features, you won't find in any other CAD system. BricsCAD has faster loading times, a smoother operation, and there are quite a few machine learning or AI tools that we offer within BricsCAD Lite. So when other 2D platforms remain stagnant, we continue development, and we are the originators of tools like Move Guided and Copy Guided, which those automatically align copy entities within relevant geometry using temporary guide curves. In other words, you can take a door that's matched up against a wall of a certain width, and you can copy that entity, and it will find that wall of a certain width and ask you if you want to copy or move that door to that spot. In return, it trims and extends all the line work, the associative line work that goes along with that. Number two would be Blockify, which it automatically creates a block definition and replaces all the matching sets of entities with blocks throughout your entire drawing. So oftentimes we receive drawings, might be exploded. Let's say it's of an office, and they have this specific office chair scattered all over the office, same size and everything. Blockify will go through the drawing, recognize those entities at the same size, and create a block out of that. And that sometimes can reduce your drawing size up to 90%. So, and then lastly, BricsCAD Lite, it has 3D drawing view capabilities. It can also view point clouds and has point cloud filtering functionality. But as far as the user interface is concerned, the user interface is very friendly and, like you said, very similar to AutoCAD, making it very easy for the users to transition, as well with command capabilities. Like we offer command compatibilities with AutoCAD using the PGP files for commands, your scripts, your menus, and that also helps reduce the learning curve. And then, modifying your CUI is easy. You just open the CUI customization dialog box and the interface settings, and those will help you assist with the familiarity of how everything looks. At the end, our goal is to deliver a familiar and compatible CAD experience to help users get comfortable and productive within BricsCAD within one day.
Okay. And it works well. And I'll say this, BricsCAD Lite, honestly, in terms of functionality and what it can do and the breadth of what it can do, every bit as powerful, if not better, than the full-blown AutoCAD version. I mean, like standard AutoCAD. I prefer BricsCAD Lite. It does more, and it's smarter.
Yep.
So, all right. So, Rocco, Zentech is obvious, right? We're a BricsCAD partner, and I think we're like the largest in North America, or like one or two. But what's the breakdown, I guess, percentage-wise, right? And people who purchase BricsCAD Lite versus those who are going for more like the full BricsCAD Pro or Ultimate systems. And what's kind of the level of happiness, of people who go with Lite?
It's hard to say. I mean, I'd probably say it's a 70-30 split. Most are on full BricsCAD Pro, 65-35-ish kind of thing. But it all depends on your level of use with the product. But yeah, definitely happy. I mean, if you're looking to cut costs and move to a powerful CAD platform, BricsCAD Lite is the way to go. I mean, especially in an environment where you've got where not everybody needs to be working in CAD. You certainly don't want to be paying a high cost of AutoCAD these days. So BricsCAD Lite is definitely the way to go.
And to your point, Rocco, I think it's fair that really the main difference between the two is the availability to develop on top of it or have a third-party app. Other than that, I mean, there are some definite advantages with going regular BricsCAD Pro, but in general, a lot of the things that like you said, a lot of things you want to accomplish can be done in Lite.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a really impressive system for the cost, right? And let's be honest, right? We're all going to admit here that the biggest driving factor behind companies who are buying a lightweight CAD system, it's usually driven by the price, right? CAD systems are not cheap, right? And some are ridiculously expensive in terms of those big name competitors. And when you have a lot of people in house, like Rocco was saying, that only need to access and perform basic edits or print drawings or review drawings, none of us would rather we'd rather not be paying those high prices for the capacity to design bridges and skyscrapers and so on for them when they don't need that, right? So Craig, what are the licensing and cost models, I guess, behind BricsCAD Lite, and how does it compare price-wise to competitive products?
Completely honest and frank, the best thing BricsCAD has going for it is when it comes to licensing. And that's simply because we offer network licensing, which is something that the big boys just don't permit anymore.
Not anymore.
So we still find that there's an incredible demand for it within the software industry, especially CAD. And in that, in turn, it brings real value to the consumer. I can sit and boast and talk about it all day, but let me break it down to real numbers. So these are single license prices, but just to compare, AutoCAD LT as of today was $505 for a year subscription, while BricsCAD Lite, single seat, same software, better software, can be purchased at a regular price for $314 a year for a 1 year subscription, apples to apples. And BricsCAD includes that year of maintenance for free. And we'll get into what maintenance is about a little bit later on. But that is for a subscription. So maybe you'd like to own it outright, perpetually. And that single seat of BricsCAD Lite is $708. And you would own it forever. No need to repurchase the software next year. And again, this is short-term, long-term, subscription, perpetual. We offer the best CAD product for the value in the market today. And I'd be foolish not to also mention that from now until the end of June, I believe it's the 28th, BricsCAD is having a 20% off promo for all new seats of BricsCAD Lite. But I digress. It is
Rocco's glad you digress. He likes the little sales pitches. Makes him happy.
But I digress. But it is a real value, and it in the end, it keeps the money in the consumer's hands.
There you go, and that's where they all want it to be. So, all right, folks, I tell you what, let's take a break for a word from today's sponsor. And when we get back, I want to talk with Craig about some of the functionality, I guess, available in BricsCAD Lite that isn't what you would normally expect from, a lower cost, quote unquote, light system. All right, so stand by, folks. We'll be back in just a minute with more of the Cattle Call Podcast. All right, everybody. Today's episode of the Cattle Call Podcast is brought to you by ZenTech Consultants. That's Rocco and I. We're bringing ourselves to you. Aren't we nice? So we wanted to talk to you guys today about some of the things that we offer at ZenTech Consultants. In particular, we wanted to talk to you today about our offerings around developing and upgrading your CAD standards. We are here to help you guys with all of your CAD standard needs, from ongoing drafting and design support to block and library development, full CAD standards development, right, CAD version upgrades, really whatever it is that you guys need when it comes to developing, implementing, and tweaking your current CAD standards. Or like I said, if you don't have any yet, we can help you build them from scratch. So Rocco, why don't you tell all the good folks how they can reach out to us and start that conversation?
Yeah, there's a lot of information, people, on our website, zentechconsultants.net. That's ZENTEK consultants.net. Or you can give us a call, 866-824-4459, or even drop us an email, sales@zentechconsultants.net.
Ooh, nice. CAD standards from ZenTech Consultants. You're listening to the Cattle Call Podcast. All right, everybody, welcome back to the Cattle Call Podcast. We're talking with Craig Swearingen of BricsCAD today about the BricsCAD Lite system, right? We're talking about its benefits and costs and why everybody should be looking to add it into their CAD group. And in this half of the show, I want to talk about some of the functions and features in the BricsCAD Lite package that is usually limited or even missing entirely in competitive Lite CAD systems. When we're looking at other packages like, AutoCAD LT, etc., we've kind of all come to expect, right, that, with that lower price, there's going to be a lot of configuration and customization and integration features that just don't exist in a Lite CAD package, right? But BricsCAD Lite is a little bit surprising in that area. Craig, what customization and configuration features does BricsCAD Lite offer that you usually don't see from your competitors' products?
That's a good question. We do offer a lot of the typical customizations you're accustomed to seeing. Can I say custom enough? But tool palettes, PGP files, custom line types, and CUI customizations, those are the same, just as you would expect. I think the big one is that BricsCAD Lite fully supports Lisp and scripting, enabling users to obviously automate their repetitive tasks and enhance their productivity with those Lisps. But not only do we just support the Lisp itself, but BricsCAD offers a tool to construct or debug those routines called Blade. And in the end, that really helps them create more efficient and accurate Lisp routines, basically interactively editing and debugging those Lisp applications all at once. Is there something else that I think I missed on this?
No, I think you nailed it. I mean, like I said, those have always been the areas where, people get frustrated with the Lite packages, Look, at the end of the day, and I know some of the lists that I use, some of those Lisp routines are like 30 years old, but they still work. And I don't want to give them up, and having a Lite package that will let me do that and use those and then debug and upgrade them and give me some recommendations, in terms of how to make them better. That's brilliant. I absolutely love that.
Well, and on top of that, you're right. The transition to bring those Lisps over are relatively easy. I would say, I'm just shooting numbers out there, 80 to 90% of them work perfectly without any manipulation at all, and or maybe there's just a tweak here or there that you need to make in the Lisp, and it runs just fine.
Yep. Yeah, I've had no problem at all bringing any of my Lisp routines over. So, I think one of the most important concerns that people have when they're thinking about implementing a Lite version of a CAD software, to their user base is compatibility, right? A Lite system may be great for the wallet, but if your people can't open up, design files from your other CAD systems and pass data back and forth between the two different systems, it's not going to be the benefit that it seems to be, right? Even if your lightweight CAD system says, oh, you can convert your files, right? Which most Lite systems don't. It's still an extra step that takes time, and it can cause errors and issues. Craig, what about BricsCAD Lite's file compatibility capabilities, right? What types of files can it work with?
Well, BricsCAD uses native DWG, like I mentioned before, for maximum compatibility with the industry standards. So BricsCAD and BricsCAD Lite, they deliver the highest DWG compatibility of any of the non-Autodesk CAD products. And that's really it's thanks to our close alliance with the ODA. So there should really be no worries when trying to open all of your existing DWTs or DWGs. And like you mentioned, a lot of times there's a round tripping going on between back and forth between the two programs. So, additionally, if you have any sort of DGN or DXF, those can be opened with BricsCAD Lite. And when it comes to exporting the files, your options are the DXFs or the DGNs and the DWFs, even a BMP. And of course, your DWTs, your templates, and your drawings, just to name a few.
Yeah, and then, like I said, the drawing is huge. One of the things I love about it, and I've done this, and you can, if you guys are interested, you can catch some videos on me doing it on our website, is I can just go ahead and I can open up a drawing in AutoCAD, and I can make some changes, and I can save it, and I open it up in BricsCAD Lite, and I make edits, and I save it, and then I open it up in BricsCAD Pro, and I edit and save it, and then I open it back up again in AutoCAD or Civil 3D, and no conversions, no nothing required. I get to work
That's right.
on the same file, right? So you can mix this into your existing structure with no problem. So Rocco, how important is that to our BricsCAD clients, right? That all of their packages, all their stuff is going to work with that same native DWG file as their Autodesk lines. Is that a major selling point to people, or is it just Craig and I thinking that's big?
No, it's huge because let's face it, the majority of folks are moving from AutoCAD to BricsCAD. Do they move from other CAD platforms? For sure, they do, but that's the majority of who we convert over. And the other important thing is that when folks open, and I encourage you guys to download a trial to see it for yourself. But when you open up BricsCAD, the user interface is very, very, very similar to AutoCAD. I've had people say, "Holy crap, how did they get away with this?" So yeah, and it's seamless, and they're very, very happy with it. So but the DWG compatibility is of course very important.
Okay. All right, so I think one important aspect of BricsCAD Lite that I really don't think applies to any other Lite CAD system, at least none that I can think of, is that BricsCAD Lite it's a very powerful system, and it's powerful enough to function as the primary design tool, right, for smaller firms with no problem. Granted, it is not going to be enough for a $1 billion design job, right? But there are a lot of industries and scenarios out there where BricsCAD Lite can handle just about all of your day-to-day design work that you do, right? And at obviously at a much lower cost than you're spending on your products today. So, Craig, what are the design areas, or the areas of the design world, I guess, where you see BricsCAD Lite being used the most as part of their serious design process, and not just for minor edits and printing?
Yeah, Jim. BricsCAD Lite is particularly beneficial in architecture, engineering, and construction, and not just to limit those, of course, but just for example, let me give you 3 examples. Playwright, they're a company out of the UK, and they use BricsCAD to design and manufacture and install all types of artificial sports surfaces across the UK and Europe. So that's something different that I've coming from the civil world. That's something completely new to me. Operandi, they use BricsCAD in a multi-vendor workflow to deliver landmark survey projects in Lyon, France. So again, that's something completely different than the sports surfaces. And then Strabag is an Austrian construction leader who discovered BricsCAD Lite was the strongest and most effective replacement for their AutoCAD. Now, again, this is going from AutoCAD to BricsCAD Lite. They company tested it extensively before making it available to all of their users internationally and nationally. And in the end, their group manager, Jim Marcinski, has a quote that I'm going to read directly from our website. It says, "We provided a BricsCAD introduction to our users, gave them the option to use BricsCAD while still having the other software available. And today we recommend BricsCAD when all of our users ask for CAD software." So you can see that it's a wide variety of use cases and has a global reach. And by no means are they simply just making minor edits and plotting, right? These are big, huge projects. So, if you're interested in finding more about these specifically or more customer cases, feel free to visit Bricsys.com and search customer stories or customer cases.
There you go. All right, folks. So as always, right, when I'm on the show here, I like to give the last word on the podcast to our guest for the day, so they can tell us something on the topic that I didn't think to ask about. So Craig, what about it, sir? What else should our listeners know about BricsCAD Lite?
Well, I don't know what else we've told them other than I know our developers are super excited about the next full release version of BricsCAD Lite in the fall. That will be V25, version 25. We're committed to continuous improvement in the user feedback in the development of that. So if you have any questions or comments, any feature requests that you'd like to provide, you can always go to Bricsys.com and let us know about those. Of course, don't wait until the fall to try this out. Like I said, go to Bricsys.com, download, as Rocco mentioned, the free 30-day trial. Or, heck, you could just call Rocco and Jim today and buy those 300 network seats that you've been waiting to purchase. So
that's a great idea. I love that idea.
Right. Just give them a call. So, and, don't forget, as I mentioned earlier, that all the BricsCAD seats come with your first year of maintenance for free. It's included in the price. And that maintenance includes technical support from our industry-leading technical staff, as well as all the software updates for an entire year. So again, browse to Bricsys.com or call the folks at Zentech. And again, we have a promo running until June 28th, 2024. And so there's never been a better time to jump on the BricsCAD bandwagon.
There you go. Nice. All right, folks. So with that, I'm going to let everybody get back to your day so that you can call Rocco and put into work getting you those seats of BricsCAD Lite for all of your offices. But before we go, I just wanted to say thank you one more time to Craig for taking the time to be here and talk with us. So it's a pleasure to have you on the show, sir.
It's been awesome. Thanks, guys.
No worries.
Thank you, Craig.
All right, folks. We're going to get out of here, and we'll catch you next time on the Cattle Call Podcast. All right, everybody. Today's Cattle Call was brought to you courtesy of Zentech Consultants. That's Rocco and I. Zentech Consultants works with design and manufacturing firms to help our clients purchase and implement the software that they need in these complex industries. We provide a single point of contact for clients to buy, develop, and learn the most vital software systems for your specific needs. Zentech strives to be your trusted technology partner from your initial needs all the way through long-term support and training for your entire staff. So Rocco, why don't you tell them how to reach out to Zentech?
All right, yeah, you can reach out to us through zentechconsultants.net. You can email us at sales@zentechconsultants.net, or you can even call us 866-824-4459.
Excellent. We look forward to hearing from you all.